Well, thank you very much. I have to begin by informing you that I was given strict orders not to give a general comment of appreciation or thanks. I'm quoting Tom, who was a naval officer. But since you're feeding me lunch, my mother would be appalled if I didn't say thank you, so thank you. My mom outranks naval officers, I suppose. I want to thank my friends, Jun Shi, recovering lawyer and head of communications here at Georgetown Law School, and Florence Pan, judge on the DC Circuit, for being here to support me today. And I'm very honored to share the podium with my fellow fellows. I'm especially honored to hold a fellowship named for Roger Wilkins, whom I knew and admired very much. So you've heard from Sheldon. Our task is to explain how can trust in the social sciences be restored in 6 minutes or less. So that's a tall order, and before I begin, I just want to say I hope my continued membership in this organization does not depend on how well I do in the next 6 minutes. Many decades ago, in September of 1967, during the Civil Rights Movement, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave a major address at the annual meeting of the American Psychological Association here in Washington, D.C. And in that speech, Dr. King sought the help of, quote, members of the academic community. He called for a deeper understanding of the legacy of racism and said, quote, the understanding needs to be carefully documented and consequently more difficult to reject. He urged social scientists to, quote, tell it like it is, to illuminate why Black people, quote, after 350 years of handicaps, mired in an intricate network of contemporary barriers, cannot be ushered into equality by tentative and superficial changes, end quote. So civil rights laws were greatly aided by social science telling it like it is. And Dr. King's directive to tell it like it is highlights the descriptive aim of social science. Just as the physical sciences reveal the workings of the natural world, the social sciences hold up a mirror to society. It's a very powerful mirror, as I've learned in my own work. So one of the things I've done is that for the past decade, I've been studying diversity in the legal profession with particular attention to Asian Americans. In 2017, I co-authored a comprehensive report on the progress and challenges facing Asian American lawyers. It was the first study of its kind. Using focus groups and our own national survey, we found that Asian Americans have been the fastest growing group in the legal profession for the past 50 years. They're at the top law schools, every sector of practice, but they struggle to reach the upper ranks of the profession. Few make partner in the large firms, even fewer reach the highest levels of government. There are quite a few judges, but in 2019, out of 2,400 elected prosecutors in America, these are the county DAs, the state AGs, the top decision makers on public safety priorities, only 8 were Asian American. 8 out of 2,400 in all of America. Our focus groups shed further light on those numbers. Asian American attorneys say they are seen as good worker bees, but not leadership material. They are not groomed for promotion. They lack access to mentors and contacts. Their work goes unrecognized. Women face particular challenges. Many described walking into a courtroom and being mistaken for the interpreter, the court reporter, the client, in one instance, even the client's girlfriend. Anybody but the lawyer. When we present this work to Asian American lawyers, predictably it stimulates a lot of discussion and possible causes and solutions. But it also produces something that I did not expect. It produces an emotional response. And that is because among all the social science literature on the legal profession, this is usually the first time they have seen a reflection of themselves and their experiences in that mirror. Just imagine how that feels, to be seen and heard and told that you matter. That is the power of the social sciences. The flip side is that when the mirror does not reflect all of society, that too produces an emotional response. The people left out lose confidence. For them, social science can feel like a funhouse mirror, a mirror of distortion, or a hall of mirrors, the visual equivalent of an echo chamber. These are not fair characterizations of the careful work that serious scholars do, but it is undeniable that trust in experts has declined across the board. There is talk of replicability crises and flaws in peer review, but I think for skeptical lay people, the concerns are more visceral. What do these experts really know about me and my experiences? What do these people know about me and my values? In a recent Supreme Court case, Justice Clarence Thomas channeled this skepticism when he inveighed against, quote, deferring to the authority of the expert class. Experts, he said, may, quote, rely on questionable evidence and allow ideology to influence their guidance. The American people and their representatives, he said, quote, are entitled to disagree with those who hold themselves out as experts. There was a time when those words might have been spoken against the science behind pernicious ideologies like Black inferiority or Asian Orientalism. Today, it is worth asking what biases in our own work are perceived from the other side of America's many divides. How are the social sciences relevant in perception as well as substance to rural communities, to social conservatives or white evangelicals? Are their experiences and values captured in our work? How do we create the unusual coalitions that Michael just spoke of with communities very different from ourselves? How do we create opportunities to just listen without judgment or analysis to people who do not see themselves or their experiences reflected in our work? What would a full-length mirror of our society look like? I believe these questions are difficult but important for the issue of trust. For it is perhaps more true in the social sciences than in other disciplines that beneath the data, beneath the regressions, the charts, the graphs, through our work, we are telling a story. And it is the story of America, its people, its problems, its possibilities, and now more than ever, it's our imperative and our opportunity to tell a story that matters to all of America. Thank you very much for this honor. Pleasure to be here.